Welcome to Get the Facts. This is the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm Theodore Henry. The Development Bank of Jamaica, the DBJ, has a range of products and services that allow MSMEs to access grants. They can access loans and technical support. All of this is with the aim of driving growth and development of this ecosystem. Today we speak with a beneficiary of the Innovation Grant Fund, and this is a component of the Boosting Innovation, Growth and Entrepreneurship Ecosystems, the BIGI program, to hear how this financing has improved business. My guest is President and Chief Executive Officer of One-on-One Educational Services Limited, Ricardo Allen. Welcome to the program, Mr. Allen.
Thank you for having me, Theodore.
All right, let's jump right into getting the facts. You ready?
Absolutely.
Tell me about One-on-One.
One-on-One is an innovative online learning company that seeks to provide knowledge to people. Okay,
right.
And we use our technology and our content to do this. Right, we built out an award-winning online learning platform and online courses as well that serves not only students in high school, primary school, but also university students and even corporate Jamaica.
Right.
We built out courses across the board, and we deliver these courses through our award-winning online learning platform. So, the problem we're trying to solve, Theodore, is really, when I started out to deliver personalized education online.
And when you started out, which is when?
You know what? We launched the company in 2015.
Right.
But I can tell you, I've been tutoring since 2009. At that time I was an 18-year-old and going around tutoring. I went to university in 2008, and I saw the concept of and how effective it was to put students in a class with a tutor, and it was 10 students.
Right.
I fell in love with it.
That's a massive classroom.
Listen, 10 students to a tutor, and you spend an hour just to go through the concepts, and you learned.
Yeah.
When I saw that concept, I started a business that does exactly that. It was under a tree at JIS. We had 2 students, and they all got grade 1 in math, and then we grew to 1,000 students in 5 years. So
results.
It's amazing kind of what we did, but that's kind of how it started. But on top of that, when in 2013 I was studying to become an actuary. Okay. And this was my second actuarial exam, and I was preparing for the exam. I was using a book. It was about this thick. And I couldn't be bothered with that, so I watched some videos, and I got a perfect score on the exam.
Right.
I immediately left my job. I was a Fulbright scholar. I gave up the scholarship, and I went on to making math videos for people.
Yeah.
That's how One-on-One started. Because the power of knowledge in a bite-sized way, I saw that could deliver personal education.
I'm going to come in here. That's how One-on-One started. Well, it's 2022 now. One-on-One has grown.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about the Innovation Grant Fund. And what made you think, I need money or I need help? What brought you to the DBJ?
Well, when you start a company, and the beauty of One-on-One story is that DBJ has been with us every step of the way.
All right.
Theodore, back in 2016, when we started the business and we launched an online learning platform, we felt like we needed money, and we raised money from the market. We got investors to give us money. But we quickly ran out of money. With this big idea, we went to DBJ, and they supported us with what's called the Ignite Grant first.
Right.
And then we needed more, so we got a DBJ back loan. Now, as a small business, you don't have the collateral such as house, land, car, and so on.
Right.
Neither is your father rich.
And you were going online.
You're going online, and we need all of this capital, right? We're talking about 100 million of investment in Theodore. We needed to build the content, and it was a lot of investment. So we went to DBJ and we got a loan that they guaranteed. So this was the second time they helped now. And because of those two things, here's the key now. In 2020, One-on-One designed and built a technology 5 years ago, back in 2016, or 6 years ago, 6 years, that we were now able to serve over 400,000 students across the Caribbean using that technology that DBJ helped us to fund back in 2016.
So One-on-One ticked the innovation box.
There we go. Now, here's how the Innovation Grant came about now. In helping all of these students in COVID to stay in school, stay online, and to deliver our technology and courses to people,
right,
we had a gap to solve, and that gap was to how do we reach those without internet connectivity? And so we designed a product to take learning offline And essentially, we created this thing called Internet in a Box.
Right.
So it's really a small device. And what we do, we download a version of the internet on this device. We deploy it in rural Jamaica. I'm from Calabar, Trelawney, and I grew up in Jacksontown, Bush.
Yeah.
You put that in Jacksontown, Trelawney, and the students gather around it, connect just like they do with Wi-Fi, and any internet-based resources they can consume on that device without the need for internet. And so we needed to bring that to the market. And we went back to DBJ one last time, and we said, listen, we have an innovation. We need the funding to go. And they had the perfect opportunity, which is this innovation grant,
Right.
funded by IDB. And we applied for it. It was a rigorous process because they wanted to ensure, as they always do, that whatever they're putting their money towards is something that is going to lead to nation building and so on. And so we accessed the grant, and so we're now in the process of producing these devices that we're going to deploy all across Jamaica.
So, Sir Allen, you mentioned the application process. Tell me a bit about that. What did One-on-One have to ensure that they were doing or had to be eligible for this?
So, as I would have shared, we have kind of grown as a company with DBJ from just a baby, a toddler, growing up now. I would say I'm a teenager, soon to be adult, right? Big news coming up, by the way. The reality is that the higher the stakes, the more the requirement, okay? So now, for example, for the innovation grant, we had to provide evidence that we're making more than 75 million in revenues over consistently on average for the past 3 years. So we tick that box.
Right.
We had to show where we had a product that could be commercialized because, they fund different stages of a product, right? Our product is in the process of being commercialized. So it's not yet ready for the market. It's something that we're building.
But it's also not an extreme niche product.
There we go, right? Well, I would say that it's solving a few problems. I would say there's some elements of it that is sufficiently, segmented to a specific market, but overall, the product had to be needed by the market, right? And DBJ looked at this and they assessed it. The next thing they looked at was, what's the quality of the team behind this? Could they execute on this promise? Because many of us have ideas, right? But can you execute on that promise? I call it the minimum valuable promise. Right.
You've mentioned that DBJ has been with you from baby, getting into teenager into adult now. And one thing that we always hear about the DBJ is that it's not just money. And you're talking about the team now. Did you get any support into building that team?
Theodore, I tell you a story. In 2017, I got married 2017, I had my second daughter.
You sure? You got the date right?
Yeah, man.
Okay, good.
Right, man. My wife probably sees that I don't want to get in trouble.
Very good.
I had to close down the business because we were running out of money, the physical business.
Right.
And I took the decision to go fully remote. Everybody worked at home, so did I. And I had a little bungalow at my house that I rented, that I ran the business out of. And my assistant came there and so on. DBJ and their team, in pretty cars and things, they came. And they came into my bungalow and they sit down in a little corner and a little chair. I didn't even have a proper chair. And they sat with me to work through every problem I was having.
Right.
And they gave me all the solution. They have never left me.
Yeah.
They have stuck with me. They give me my calls. I get a check-in. Ricardo, how is this project going? Do you need help? Do you need that? And they point you into other direction. There's a theory that says success breeds success. So once they give the grant, they have a team of people who stand head and shoulder with you to ensure that it is done and it is executed. Plus, they also connect you with their network of people and organization to give you that support. So, for example, in 2016, we were selected by President Obama as the first awardee for the Young Leaders of America's initiative. And we were selected as that project. And without the DBJ's help, we would not have gotten that. But subsequent to that, DBJ even assisted us to even speak to other entrepreneurs. I would say it's a community. It's not just the money. It's the people and just the power that they bring in helping you to achieve your goals.
We are getting the facts. It seems as if the DBJ's motto should be changed to not just the money. But the government through the DBJ is providing access to financing for MSMEs, and there are a myriad of products available based on the stage and the needs of your business. We're going to continue this conversation with Mr. Allen on the other side of this break. You don't want to miss it.
What a way you're full of our roots and culture. That must be Jamaica 60. Jamaica 60? What a piece of news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart going bust up.
Just in, the island of Jamaica is on the verge of celebrating its 60th year of independence.
I only way of celebrating it. They say the people them them come here, you know. But you see when our people decide, say the other people them free paper, burn up. Them say if it's war, start it, whatever. We all collect medal panta fight, you know. Medal. Amount of tongue we give them, you know.
The celebrations are slated to begin on January 1st, 2022. Organized by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. We have more in this report.
I am on site and planning activities are ablaze. Persons are advised to download the Reggae Jamaica app to know what it pre. Activities for the Jamaica 60 celebration.
I download the app to get the updates then.
We are continuing our conversation with President and Chief Executive Officer of One-on-One Educational Services Limited, Ricardo Allen. Let's jump right back in. Now, you mentioned that serving the Caribbean. I distinctly remember hearing you say that.
Absolutely.
How did the DBJ help you break into new markets?
You know, I tell you something, there's a power of technology that is boundless. It's online, not limited by geography, nor is it limited by anyone. It's limited by our mind and our imagination.
Right.
You know, when I sit with DBJ and in that boardroom, they have this ability to just sit and listen to my crazy ideas, and their attitude is, how can we help to support you? And so from day one, when we got that Ignite grant, and we started out, it was a fairly small grant. It was 2.5 million, but that did wonders for us. That allowed us to create a technology and a software or online learning platform that we could now deliver to anybody, anywhere. In addition to that, the loan that we got through the Credit Enhancement Fund, the DBJ Credit Enhancement Fund, again, you don't have receivables or asset. They come in to say, I will guarantee this loan with your bank. And so you access that financing. So Theodore, imagine this. You access a 50 million loan, you have this grant, you can now fund the development of a software that now the government of Bahamas is using, government of St. Kitts, all of these folks. I just got my first contract out of the US, California. We have people all around the world who needs this thing. So if you think about it, luck is sometimes when preparation meets opportunity, you know. Our preparation was DBJ. The opportunity is now. And so that's how DBJ has helped us. They have done a remarkable job to support us financially, but also to give us the mentorship and the advice to allow us to take advantage of the opportunities now, which is to cause people to get learning online and training online via our platform and our courses.
Not just the money, considering that theme. Tell me a little bit. There are business owners and business soon-to-be owners who are watching you this afternoon. And having the money is one thing, but using the money effectively is another. Has DBJ given you that guidance in terms of financial, the acumen to use it properly?
You know what, and this is perhaps an opportunity for even One-on-One and DBJ. I think we could collaborate and creating courses that could feed entrepreneurs with information on how they could manage and use this and scale their operation, right?
Yes.
Theodore, the past 5 years, I've been obsessed with the whole matter of scaling my company, okay? At the start of COVID, we had 7 team members, and these 7 team members were delivering this service, you know, to a lot of my clients across the Caribbean. Some of the biggest companies across the Caribbean runs on One-on-One. They trust One-on-One with their online learning capabilities, okay? Right. Keep in mind that One-on-One for the past 5 years has not sold anything to a child or a parent or anything. We've actually moved out of the retail business and we focus fully on enterprise. We've built an enterprise company, right? How did I get there? For an entrepreneur watching this, I want to tell you a little about starting versus where you're ending, right? So you start small and you grow and so on. Now, the process to start and
the word is scale.
Scale, right. The process to start and grow your business organically over a period of time requires many things. You need financing, right? But there's something that comes with that financing is that you need to deliver and you need to report on it. If when I got my first grant for 2.5 million, I did not do exactly what I said I wanted to do with that, or it never turned out well, I may not have accessed that second opportunity to take that $50 million loan. And if I had taken that $50 million loan and I never used it well, I may not been able to do this.
Right.
So when you get money, you need to not only report on what you have done with it, so your reporting requirement goes up, and not a lot of entrepreneurs are comfortable with that. You know, what you're doing in my business, I shouldn't be telling you this, I shouldn't be telling that. I have the exact opposite approach. Everything I did when I got that money, I reported to DBJ, even when they didn't ask.
Right.
When I got the fellowship from Barack Obama, I called DBJ and I told them, and I said, it's because of you that causes. Make them feel good about that decision that they have made. Every opportunity I get, I speak about what they have done to help my business. And so I'll say this to you. For an entrepreneur watching this, it's one thing to raise the money. But the responsibility that comes with that now is that you now have someone to report to.
Right.
Some people may see it as a bad thing, but I'm here to tell you it's a good thing. Because the more you speak about your journey, how you're accomplishing it, the challenges you have and so on, other people may have those same challenges. And now they can hear you and help you.
You know, I have yet to ask you about the challenges though, that one-on-one may have experienced. And we're almost out of time, but what challenges along this road?
Scaling is perhaps one of the biggest challenges. I mean, we have a fantastic team of board directors and so on at the company, and you know, we've been blessed to have that.
Right.
But scaling with people, one of your biggest factors of production is people. No matter what you do, you need people.
The human resource, right?
And if you get too many people in a very short time and put them in the same room, you may have chaos. And so one of the biggest challenges is scaling. Another challenge that we've had, because we have spent so much. I mean, we have over $500 million now, $400 million in assets, right, at the company. And one of our biggest challenges has been to build up that asset base over time, and financing to doing exactly that, cash flows. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you're making profit, but you're putting it back into the business. And so that's the second thing. And I suspect the third thing is, in our earlier days, people believing that online learning is the future. I remember we met with a client in 2015 and they told us that, boy, learning will never be online. And 5 years out, I'm happy that I didn't listen to them. I'm happy that we had this vision so that we could help so many people during COVID.
Right.
Not just in Jamaica.
Right.
90% of our clients are outside of Jamaica. Mm-hmm. One-on-One has truly become a regional company. And we would not have been able to do it without the vision, without the financing, without the mentorship from DBJ, and without the connections, the people who they have introduced us to help us to advance our mission, to be where we are today, so that we can support Jamaicans, but also globally, to attract investment back to Jamaica, because every dollar we earn, you know, our team is Jamaican, it has to come back.
This is where it is, this is where it is. All right, Mr. Allen, you have taught us, and we've gotten quite a bit of facts. Again, I want to point you back to our audience. There are people who are business owners right now who also have the scaling dream, and who will be. This is your moment. I want you to give a final word to them. What was your number one word of encouragement to them?
3 things. Number 1, cash is king. Protect your cash, right? You get the cash, spend it like it's your last, right? Don't just spend because you have the money. Spend it for a purpose. That's number 1. Number 2, your people are perhaps your most important part of growing a business. You can't grow it by yourself. And if you choose to do that, you will not be as successful as you do by replicating yourself. And the third thing that I would say to you is that it's so important for you to protect your family, protect your mental space and so on. In growing a business, it can be very hard on you, and you need family and all the support that you need. So those are the 3 things I will leave with you.
Thank you so much, Sir Allen. Thank you so much. My first lesson, free one at that, from One-on-One. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
All right, so another success story of which DBJ has been a part of. For more information of the products and the services of the DBJ, visit their website, dbankjm.com or thinkbiggie.com. This has been Get the Facts, and our guest has been President and Chief Executive Officer of One-on-One Educational Services Limited, Ricardo Allen. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Theodore Henry. Take good care.